I was like, get out of here, go for a walk. So she had to come out. So she was in labor, and I remember I needed to give a sermon. I needed to do the Friday prayer at the university at that time. So I was like, look, I don't think I can go to do the sermon because my wife's in the hospital. Obviously, this looks really bad. Not just looks bad. I don't want to do it, right? So, but they told my wife, go home, walk it off. Come back when you're active labor. So we went. I told my wife, listen, I have to go give the sermon. I'm with you. Okay, it's cool. So me, my wife, all of the kids. I'm a father of 8, but 4 of them live with me. 4 of them will live with my ex. So 3 kids, because the 4th one was in her belly. We went to the sermon, and that was a time where I was giving a sermon. Now, all of this stuff came out from my heart when I was talking, because I was worried about my wife's pregnancy. So yeah. I had no real time to prepare anything, but I have almost 20 years of giving sermons. So I have too much in my head. I can literally pull something out very easily. I went up and I started talking. My conversation was on how Muslims need to understand, how conservative Muslims, or how Muslims, because we talk with the whole we idea, how we need to understand. How the word we means us. So we grab people. That's how we do it. So I said, we need to understand that LGBTQ, gays, lesbians, it's there. It's in the world. We can't be in denial that there are gay Muslims or lesbian Muslims. We can't be in denial. We have. Look, whether your opinion on gays and lesbians it can be whatever. You can have whatever opinion you want. It doesn't matter. No one cares, right? You keep your opinion to yourself. But we need to move past it. I'm not talking about upset. I'm not talking about like loving or hating. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about just understanding the fact that if we're not going to be open to accepting the LGBTQ or just accepting anyone that was just racially not us or not from our ideas, it's any sort of intersectionality, then we're going to lose a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Mm-hmm. It was a good message. I'm like, look, we're not in a modern world anymore. We're in a postmodern world, right? Where people are questioning what's right and what's wrong. And if we're going to come up with old school ideas, well, you know what? We're not going to be succeeding. We're going to have a lot of people that are going to hate us. Okay, cool. It was a good
mm-hmm.
good speech. It was nice. It was more like, good advice. That night, my wife goes in labor. We're in the hospital. She delivers a baby. 2 hours labor. Awesome.
Nice.
In the hospital. They sent her to the room, and I'm sitting there, and I get a message on my phone from the Muslim Students Association. The gist of it, I deleted all the messages. When you have trauma, you remove everything. I deleted all the messages, but it said, "You sound like you're pro LGBTQ, and we don't know how Muslims can be this way.
Mm-hmm.
We don't want you to give sermons anymore. We don't want you to give any lectures anymore. It's not correct what you're talking about, and a lot of people are questioning your own religion and your own faith, and blah blah blah." This same when they were saying that, it brought back the memories of what was happening in the school when I went to England when they beat me up, but because they started to call me a non-Muslim. They're like, "You're not a Muslim anymore. You're not Muslim anymore."
Mm-hmm.
And the whole fear the whole fear of hell or the whole fear of punishment comes up to you. Like, maybe am I doing something wrong? Maybe I'm not doing something wrong. And people don't realize how much they hurt other people with this.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And it's unfortunate. So these are like the incidences where I'm here giving a sermon and I'm talking out of my heart. I'm saying some good stuff. Half the community was like, "This is awesome. We needed to hear this." And the other half is like, "It's not conservative enough. So therefore you're not a Muslim anymore. You're bad." I mean, most of the people who, when I've been talking to a lot of people with religious trauma, most of the people that I talked to, actually, when I say most, I'm more than 50% of people didn't leave on their own.
Mm-hmm.
They left because there was some circumstances that pushed them out.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure you counsel, so you probably have more stats on this. But at least people are talking about, like, we've been pushed out. People said that's not how you do it, and we have to do it this way, but that's not how you do it, and they pushed us away from it, and we didn't feel wanted anymore. We felt like we were a lone wolf in the darkness, and we decided to find some light elsewhere.
Right. And